Hey, hello everyone, and welcome to the Symphony. Can somebody in chat, if you're here, let me know whether or not we can be seen and heard. If not, I'm going to try to weirdly do it on my other screen and see if that's working. Yep, it sounds like it's working to me. We are rocking and rolling. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Symphony. Symphony Entertainment, Gaming, and Arts is my gaming company that focuses on horror systems, indie games, organic content, and player agency in an attempt to bring a symphonic approach to horror role-playing. I am your host and your conductor this evening as we are celebrating Pride over at the Symphony. That's right, for the entirety of June, we are bringing queer creators onto the platform to celebrate, to share horrors, to run stories, to build community, and to have a really good time. So we are out here celebrating queerness. And I don't typically say anything political on this platform, but I will say one thing today. I am wishing a happy Pride to those two idiots and their bullshit today. And you know exactly who I'm talking about. They are showing out for Pride, and I'm so sorry they broke up during June. I hope y'all get that together. Actually, I really hope that you don't. That being said, in honor of Pride, we have various conductors that are coming onto the platform running Symphony Sonatas. We've already had the absolutely amazing Perry Clark on, who ran a bomb Symphony Sonata that is up on YouTube and is actually still sitting on Twitch now. I am running tonight, and then we also have Rena, we have Jason, and we have Richard Ruan coming down the pipeline. Now, due to the fully improvised nature of this content, I can't tell you what's going to happen tonight because honestly, not knowing is really part of the fun. If you're watching live like Perry and Doc are, feel free to hop into the chat. Feel free to inspire us. Feel free to give us some great story points, beats, or things that we can build on, and we will go from there. Last announcement, guys. Symphony does have a Patreon. So if you like this content and you'd like to help us make more of it, please consider backing us on Patreon at patreon.com/Symphony Entertainment. Without further ado, let us unveil this cast. Cast members, please introduce yourselves. Tell us who you are, where people can find you if you want to be found, and some of the things that you do. And we are absolutely starting with Nik.
Hi, I'm Nik. I am a gay trans man, and you might recognize me as someone who traumatized you during the sonata with the subway station.
Yes.
Just now with blonde hair.
We've upgraded to the blonde hair, boo-boo. Yes.
I can be found just about anywhere under the Sputnik with 2 eyes, because one eye was taken. And I'm so excited for this today.
I'm super excited too. Guys, Skip was supposed to be on this particular episode, but poor Skip got sick. It's not a secret. He's talking about it out loud. Fucking Skip has COVID. Because in 2025, that C word is still ruining lives. Like, I hate it so much. Nik joined in with literally less than 24 hours notice. I think I hit Nik up at like 9, 10 o'clock last night. Like, babe, you wanna? And he was like, yeah. And then freaking Carl, our asset producer, was able to spin up a new overlay and get everything sexified. So thank you, Carl and Nik. Welcome back. Should I be calling you doctor?
You may.
Oh, why is it every time you come on this platform, you flirt with me and I get so flustered? I love it so much. Baby, tell us who you are, where people can find you, some of the things that you do. And if you want to share it, I feel like you should tell everyone out here why we're calling you doctor.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tanya, aka TanyaLashea, and you can find me on YouTube and my podcast called the Aging Journey podcast. Where I also play tabletop roleplay games, and we have a whole host of GMs over there as well. And yes, I did just get my PhD in social work, so I'm technically a doctor. So you may call me a doctor, I suppose. But yes, very, very excited to be here. This is gonna be one of my first Pride games, but I have another one that I'm also doing later. So super excited for all of the rainbow fun this month.
Honey, bring it. And then while you're over at Symphony, make sure to tell us where we can go celebrate and support you on your other projects, especially your Pride ones. Hello, Doctor. Chat knows what it is. She hit me with that. I was like, oh, someone has a PhD? Oh, wow. All right, guys, let us hop in. Again, due to the purely improvised nature of these games, we are not able to offer content warnings, but I have pulled the cast for red lines. Cast understands that the X card is a viable tool that we can use, as well as the red, yellow, green traffic light method. If a safety tool isn't acted, there are no questions asked, there are no judgments passed. We stop, we recalibrate, and we go on to have a good time. So let us hop in. It was just decided at the 15 minutes of pre-show before we went live that this Sonata is going to happen at a Pride show. So, not a Pride show, at a drag show. So, we at least have that going right now. Now, Nik, somewhere in your vicinity, a new bar has opened, and we decided to use that bar for the location of our drag show. Can you please tell us the venue that this story is going to be taking place in?
Yes, this is going to be taking place at Jolene's Honky Tonk.
Jolene's Honky Tonk. Okay. Tanya, where is this? Where is Jolene's Honky Tonk? Is this taking place in Kentucky? Is this Ohio? Is this Baltimore? Where are we going?
Actually, let's do Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville, Tennessee at Jolene's Honky Tonk.
Honky Tonk?
I'm pretty sure the original actual location was opened in Nashville, so this works.
So this absolutely works. Okay, that's a deal. That's a deal. So do we want to do something fun like this is the grand reopening after, I don't know, a fire, or the city shut it down for a code violation, or I don't know, they don't have earthquakes in Nashville, but something happened and this is the grand reopening. Okay, I like it. Chat, how do you guys feel about characters? It looks like we're in modern day. We're at Jolene's Honky Tonk. We have a drag show going, and then we're in Nashville. So we have that set up right now. How are you guys feeling about characters? Do you want to see our PCs as performers? Do you want to see them as staff? Do you want to see them as, okay, I see a bar back. A bar back could be fun. Give me occupations, give me ideas, inspire us. What are we looking at? Bar back would be good. Drag queen, I'll throw out there, would work. Drag king is saucy. That's coming in from Heinrich Moore. I absolutely like that. Okay. Bar back, drag king. I am going to do news reporter, something of that nature, or like a social media influencer, somebody that's coming in to document and celebrate the grand opening. I like that. Chat, anything else? Bouncer is a good one coming in from Chasey. I like Bouncer. It's good. Bouncer could be really good. Okay. All right. Chat, you guys got anything else? I'll give them a couple more seconds to chime in. And Tanya, while we're looking at DJ could be good too. Especially with Perry Sonata with all the music, DJ could be good. Tanya, what are you feeling occupation-wise off of what we've seen? We've seen barback, drag king, bouncer.
I like barback.
I think barback is actually good. I like barback too. Nik, how are you feeling right now?
Drag King.
Drag King. Okay. I absolutely love it. Are we doing pre-show, post-show, during the show? I know, lots of different options there.
Pre-show, I'm thinking.
Okay, I like this. Chat, we're doing pre-show. I'm assuming this is going to be a really big night for our drag king. Probably a very stressful night for our barbacks and our wait staff. Chat, inspire us right now. Just start throwing out some ideas. What is something that's going to go wrong during this night? If you want to go full mythos and say the King in Yellow arrives at the height of the song, sure. If you want to go there's an electronic error, sure. If you want to go that, I don't know, just give us complications and I'll see what happens in there. And while you guys are working through your complications, let us start with our barback. Baby, give us the introduction of your character. Oh, the King of Yellow is one of the performers. Heinrich! That's good.
Oh. Well, we were just talking about Chapel Rowan, so I think I have to go with sparkly cow boy hat, little tiny jean shorts, really beautiful white cowboy boots, and a neon pink tube top.
Oh, this is delicious. This is delicious. Okay. Just because I was quickly running through chat has already ruined you guys in some of the most beautiful ways. Did I miss your character's name and pronouns?
No.
Okay.
Let me make that up.
Goddamn balloons.
So
Like a MacBook.
crazy. Go with this. You know what? Let's call her Mary Beth.
Mary
Love
Beth.
that. Um, and it's gonna be she, her.
Okay.
Let me write that down.
I'm in the background doing the exact same thing. Nik, our drag king. Tell us about yourself, babe.
So our drag king in question here is one who had created his persona for Jolene's Honky Tonk, and as such, his name is Joe Lean.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yep, it sure is. Joe Lean. Yep.
Um, he's
It's so good.
he's got the stereotypical drag king makeup on. He's got like, the played up cheekbones, the
Mm-hmm.
fake 5 o'clock shadow. Um, he uh he has on this denim crop top,
Yeah, he does.
and he's got abs painted on,
Yep.
and he's got the shortest little short shorts.
Okay.
Um,
This is so good.
I'm so amused at the image I'm painting. Um, and cowboy boots that look very worn in, but also very bedazzled. He's done a few shows in them.
This is good. Okay. Okay. This is good. And then so we're
He's
dealing
also
with
got a prosthetic mustache on,
No, he doesn't.
like a cowboy mustache.
Okay. Oh Jesus. Okay. I love it. I love it. Chat, this is during, I believe Tanya told us this is the pre-show. So this is while the line that is wrapped around the building is still getting funneled in. This is where Pride fans are being passed out. Lay are being passed out. Jewelry is being passed out. All the promotional, material, everything from condoms to lip gloss to flyers to anywhere where you can get help, anywhere you can get support. Of course, you got the one random white guy in the back saying free hugs. I mean, it's one of those environments that is being cultivated for celebration and safety and fun. Now, talk to me, Mary Beth. You guys are sitting around the 65, 70, 75% capacity range. Energy is high. Chat, tell me what song is playing in the background right now at Jolene's Honky Tonk in Nashville, Tennessee during this upcoming drag show. Mary Beth, things are getting busier. You already know that you guys were oversold for this event. Things are going to get very funky very fast. How are you doing right now behind the bar? Paint us that scene, that picture. Give us an idea. My Humps is playing in the background. Yep, Junie called that one. My Humps. Yep, that's what's playing in the background. Done.
Well, that is lucky because that is one of my favorite songs.
Okay.
It is just one of those days, it's a good night. It's going to be a good night when people come in and we're super excited. I'm not too busy yet.
Okay.
It's not yet. The time hasn't gone to the hour. Once the doors open, I will then, put my beer underneath, the counter and actually start working.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm just enjoying myself. This is probably my third one I've cracked open, and I'm kind of sitting on the side of the bar with my legs crossed, just enjoying the little warm up of everybody.
Love it. And Jolene, where are you at this moment as My Humps is thundering, pounding through this room? It's almost like when you're at a sports arena, you can watch the wave coming up and down and people stand up. That's not what's happening here, except for it is on an emotional level. You can watch that charge. You can almost feel it running through the room as the smell of sweat and perfume and booze and just excitement starts spinning through the air. Where are you right now and what are you up to?
So Joe got there pretty early, and he was the first to kind of run through his set and rehearse.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't happen until after he had rehearsed that he was told that they had oversold the show.
Yeah.
Um, so he is currently in the alley behind the bar, pacing and smoking a cigarette, trying to calm the hell down.
Let's stick with you because there's something about the idea of you in between two squished buildings that are large enough for like a couple of dumpsters to sit back there and people to pass, and you're moving with your cowboy boots splashing through just like some of the residue of the rain that was left over from earlier this morning. You've got that pillar of smoke coming off of the cigarette, and each inhale you can feel yourself calming down, but each exhale you can feel your anxiety started climbing back up. It's a vicious cycle of moving back and forth. And as you pace and you turn, you are going to see, and I'm going to tee this up to Tanya. Tanya, tee me up with an individual that is wearing a predominantly yellow inspired outfit.
Hmm. Nashville yellow. Let's
Yeah,
see.
Nashville yellow.
I think it's going to be a woman, perhaps,
Okay.
in a buttercup yellow dress. No
Ooh.
shoes.
It almost startles you as you are face to face with a fairly petite woman in a butterscotch
Buttercup.
buttercup dress, completely barefoot in the alley. You don't remember her stepping out of the maintenance door. You don't remember her coming out of the opposite building. You don't remember her stepping out from behind the garbage, the dumpster. You don't even remember her coming down that small hallway towards you, Joe. But there's a presence that she occupies that just feels like she's meant to be there in that spot. And a warm smile pulls across her face, and she looks to you and she says, "Do you have another?"
Uh, Joe kind of freezes for a second, um, looks her up and down, just trying to see if he recognizes something about the outfit, something about just the person herself. Um, he puts the cigarette in his mouth and kind of idly inhales as he pulls out another from his pack and hands it over. And as he does so, he takes the cigarette out of his own mouth and says, "There's a lot of broken glass out here. I wouldn't recommend being barefoot."
And she looks down almost as if that suggestion surprises her, almost as if that thought had never crossed her mind. And she says, "Thank you." She accepts the cigarette and then she leans forward in full anticipation that you're going to light this for her because apparently she doesn't have any type of flame or lighter on her either. And as she leans forward and waits for you to ignite this cigarette, she says, "Everyone inside, they're waiting patiently for when he'll wear his crown once more."
Um, he will go ahead and open a kind of like old-fashioned Zippo lighter and go ahead and light her cigarette for her and look at her kind of puzzled. Um, who?
And she stops again and she says, "For in these dystopian, godless lands made of utopic dreams, you're performing tonight, correct? Jolene,
Correct.
the monarch that will always be feared by the plebes and the alike." And then she takes a long drag on this cigarette.
He nods and mentally he's just figuring English major.
Because that explains it immediately. So, what are you most looking forward to tonight? Our drag king.
He hums and he paces a little bit, kind of almost immediately forgetting the verbiage that had been used and how kind of almost off-putting it was, if not for presuming English major. Um, and he paces like a quick, small circle given the size of the space. And he looks at her again and goes, "Well, this is the first time I'm running a couple of these songs. So I guess I'm excited for that. but and he looks at the door and then looks at her. I didn't know there were going to be that many people.
There are a great many people who are coming to see you tonight.
And
You'd be
he
surprised
died.
the seas that we have crossed, or the moons that hang above us, or the songs that are sang. We're very excited.
We
Hmm.
he just keeps nodding, and he kind of finishes off his own cigarette. He looks for a small puddle of rainwater to drop it in and stomp it out to make sure it's fully out.
Yeah.
And then he throws it in one of the dumpsters.
When you drop that cigarette into that little pool of water, and you can hear the splash and the sizzle as that heat hits the water spreads with a faint yellow film and then just settles. And then by the time you look up, that woman is gone, almost with the same mysterious aura in which she approached. But there is a whisper that hangs on the tethers, the tatters of your soul, and it says Casilda. Back inside, sitting cross-legged with a beer, I do believe. Is that correct, Mary Beth?
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Something draws your attention. There is a gentleman that has entered, and as he carves through the crowd, it becomes very apparent that he's on his way to you. Nik, I'm teeing you up. Who or what, not who, what is the description of this gentleman that is en route to Mary Beth, whose outfit is inspired by yellow?
Ooh. This gentleman looks like he misses the days of disco.
Yeah, he
Uh,
does.
he's got on, like the long, like bell bottom pants, and they are this neon yellow. You will not miss him, even if you are looking away from him. The yellow bounces off of the walls. Yeah, and he's got on this like tank top type shirt that is a slightly lighter shade of yellow, but next to the pants, it almost looks white. And he's taller. He's like 6'6", 6'7". Um, and you can tell by the way that he walks that none of that is heels.
Oof. Oof. Okay. Me, wow. Chat, I'm teeing you up again. What song is playing now after my humps has ended? What song is playing now as this disco striking gentleman that is splashing yellow everywhere that he goes as he glides through the crowd and is on his way to Mary Beth? Give me some song ideas as this is coming. And Mary Beth, you lock eyes with this individual, and the second eye contact is established, just this handsome, warm, and almost seductive is a stretch, but it's definitely flirtatious smile crosses his lips. September by Earth, Wind, and Fire, or Champion of Dance. I I feel like we have to do September, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As September plays, as this individual approaches.
I am going to hop off my perch and maybe just whip up a little something. Maybe just like something simple and quick before he gets to me.
Okay.
Um, Based on what I think he might like in terms of like a little cute drink.
Okay.
Maybe a screwdriver or sidecar or something like that. And I'll whip that up and put that down for him as soon as he's coming up. And she'll just go, Sunshine, it is my lucky night. Have a drink on the house.
That smile seems to deepen and spread as he looks you over everything that he can see, everything that he can enjoy, as his eyes fall over this glass. And as you put this mixed drink in front of him, Mary, it's interesting the way that the lights above, Mary Beth, the way the lights above kind of play onto the liquid, because suddenly the entire glass is bathed in yellow, a deep, rich, stunning yellow. Even as the ice cubes shift, the liquid inside just weeps yellow. And he says to you in a voice of honey, along the shore the cloud waves break, the twin suns sink beyond the lake, the shadows lengthen. And as he reaches out for this glass, three of his interior fingers on his left hand just very gently stroke the back of your hand from wrist to fingertip. And he lifts up the drink and he says, in Carcosa. And he takes the drink. How did you make this one? Did you make this with some intention?
Extra strong. There's barely any mixer in that.
It's been a while since I've enjoyed something this rich and this sweet. And then he stares at you and you know that he's not talking about the drink.
As he kind of lets his fingers go across my fingers, I want to almost like follow his hand a little bit and kind of lean over the counter.
Okay.
Wow. I didn't go to much school. Or is that Shakespeare? Or
No, this is something, and each word is accented by him leaning that, what did Nik give him? 6'7" on height. Each word is accented by him leaning further into you, closing that space moment after moment until his lips are just brushing on the inside of your ear. He says, no, it's much, much older than Shakespeare. Would you like to hear more?
absolutely.
Song of my soul, my voice is dead. And you can feel the vibrations of this growl in your ear just as he nips the bottom of your earlobe. Die thou unsung as tears unshed, shall dry and die in lost Carcosa. And you can feel this electrifying shiver start directly at the base of your neck and just run down your entire spine. And by the time you blink and look up, the only thing that's sitting there is an empty glass.
I think she just takes a long sigh in, and then grabs his glass and kind of cups it to just feel whatever warmth he left on the glass.
Nik, what type of sensation or interpretation of warmth does Mary Beth feel right now?
Feels like almost a faint vibration.
I like that. I like that. Junie, if you're still here, apparently you are our DJ for tonight. What is our next song that is coming on right now? And I'm going to bring our characters together as Jolene has finished his cigarette and is on to, can we go to the bar to get a re-up, either water or a drink or something to still your nerves? Okay. Let me think. Yeah, rock us, Junie. Junie has been out here killing the set. And also, you guys can blame what's happening right now on Tracy. Tracy is the one that said music is corrupted, and and that's exactly where we are right now. Genie in a bottle. Fucking Junie.
My cousin would do that to me.
Genie in a Bottle is playing as you come in, Jolene, and you're able to work your way to the bar to where you see just that window of open space where it looks like Mary Beth doesn't have a customer directly in front of her face right now.
So Joe is going to come up and he's going to lean his entire top half of his body over the bar just kind of being very extra, almost playing it up a little bit in front of the patrons. Um, and I'm sorry, we've agreed on the name for the barback of Mary Beth.
Mary Beth,
Yeah.
yes.
Mary Beth. And he, leaning over, looks up at her somewhat pathetically, uh, uh, batting his eyelashes. Um, whiskey, please, Mary Beth.
She is fanning herself with one of the fried fag fans
Yes,
that went
honey.
out. Yeah, she's going, whew, as she's kind of trying to keep up with orders. And she kind of looks over at you. Is whiskey good for your voice? Aren't you supposed to be getting ready to go on stage?
It's all lip syncing. It's fine.
Hmm. I will make a weak whiskey. Water that bad boy down with a little water.
Um, he sees the watering down happen and he just accepts it. It's probably what he deserves at this point. Um, and he takes a sip and he looks at her and he drops his voice just low enough that he can still mostly be heard. And says, "I was hallucinating an English major out there."
Oh, what have you imbibed so far? Can I have
Just a
some?
cigarette.
Oh, that's boring. Um, an English major out in the back?
Out back, wearing this light pink dress and like light yellow dress and no shoes and talking about something about kings and just this really, and he just shakes his head and he takes another sip.
Well, perhaps they are coming from a college or something, because there was this absolutely gorgeous man who was also speaking some sort of English language. I'm not sure which one, but not that I cared because I wasn't paying attention. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Mm. But I have to work, so I couldn't go around the back. Um, but yours, not the flirty fun type.
I mean, she was polite. She was very kind. I, I gave her, she asked nicely. I gave her a cigarette. I lit it for her, and it didn't feel like she wasn't supposed to be there. And he shrugs and kind of just uh, dismisses his own train of thought there with a wave of his hand. I don't know. I'm sure it was nothing.
Yes, don't worry about it, honey. She came and she gone, I'm sure.
It's a weird thing happening in your audio periphery as you guys are having this conversation, and this is happening over the thunderous sounds of the speakers and people laughing and people shouting and cheering and things of that nature, because of course there's those giveaways that are happening in the background where pouches of something go flying through the air, which means glitter is getting reintroduced and falling over everyone. It's a lively, energized, charged environment. But, and I'm stealing this directly from Heinrich, there's something off with the Genie in the Bottle lyrics. At least you think for a moment. I'm a genie in a bottle. Baby, come and let me out. I'm a genie in a bottle. Visit us in Carcosa. And then that just kind of dissipates. And the song seems to catch back onto the established lyrics. And all
I
of the glitter
can't
flying around
stand
is yellow.
remixes.
Sold.
Joe is kind of going to pause and look inquisitively at his drink and kind of think about how he saw it being watered down.
Yeah.
Um, and he looks up at Mary Beth. Did you hear that?
Yes, absolute trash, these remixes these days.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just a remix. And he finishes his drink.
And Joe, lean as that watered down whiskey hits the table, bathed under another flash of passing yellow light. You feel a light touch brush across your left forearm as the hands of one of the servers glides by you. Neither of you recognize this server. There's a few things that stand out about her. One, she is, let's say, 5'9", African American, big fun afro, but she's wearing a yellow and white polka dot dress, and she's in yellow and white 2x2 roller skates. And she goes scooting by, and her hand touches you again, just gently, Joe, on your arms, and she looks at you like, hey, everyone waits patiently to bow before the king in yellow. And then she looks up to you, Mary Beth, and she says, VIP is asking for 12 Carcosa shots. Can I get those, please?
She sort of looks a little flustered because she has no idea what that is. Yeah, yes, of course. Do you want top shelf tequila or what?
I love how she's like, I don't know what this drink is, so maybe if I bait her along,
Yeah.
I can pull this drink out of you. No, I absolutely love it. And she smiles, she bobs her head, and that over moisturized flow kind of moves back and forth, and she says, it's okay if you don't know how to make it, I can guide you through it. And then she gives you the recipe, which I really think somebody in chat or somebody on our Patreon channel should come up with what a Carcosa drink actually is. Do either of you have a fun drink idea of what the Carcosa drink says? Add weird to it. Like, this could be something like it's 2 parts human souls and 1 part moonlight.
It's lemon juice and Malort.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that'd be gross.
That'd be the true mythos horror.
I'm thinking something with absinthe.
Okay.
It's like old school. Something fizzy. Like kind of like when you do a Long Island, you do a shot of Coke. But for this one, maybe something else that's weird and fizzy. And then Malort.
That sounds horrifying.
Yeah.
That sounds horrifying. So I'm going to tee up you two, and then I'm going to have chat tee him too. You, while you're mixing these 12 drinks, these Carcosa shots, you are going to take something from somebody in this room. I don't care if it's a memory. I don't care if it's a creative power. I don't care if it's their ability to dance. But as you're preparing these drinks, almost not instinctually, but instinctually and then also just inherently, you siphon from those around you. As Junie, let us know what song is getting ready to start playing next. And I'm going to start you off, Nik. What's the very first thing that someone in this room loses?
Their voice.
I absolutely love that. So somewhere across the room, there's an excited girl who's never been to a drag show before, has no idea what to expect, is completely overwhelmed. And she's like, oh my goodness, it's so loud. And this is... Tanya, what is something else you take from someone in this room? What do you siphon away from someone in this room?
Someone's joy.
And then somewhere on the opposite side of the room is a drag performer who's debuting tonight. They're one of the opening acts. They've never done it before, but they've been practicing for months, almost a year. They have their costume exactly right. They have their song and they have their vibe and they have their personality, and they're just doing a little showcase for their friends as their friends are cheering them on like, yeah, you've got this. You're going to do great. We won't let you fail. And as he is flipping his hair, his fingers fall and he looks down to his costume and the smile falls and he looks around to the music in the room that no longer connects with him. He can no longer feel. He's not even catching that thump in his chest. The song Rumors by Lindsay Lohan is now playing. It's one of his favorite songs, but it feels unfamiliar to him now. banal in a way. And he slowly begins to remove his costuming as his friends are like, hey, hey, are you okay? Hey, hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? And chat, do you guys want to throw in something else that has been siphoned from this room? Chat has been with us, by the way, guys. I don't know you guys have been watching, but chat has been killing it tonight. Somebody else came up with voice that was actually really good. Oh, Tanya or Nik? Oh, chat's going out for blood. Tracy has called out someone loses their comfort. Junie has called out someone loses their pride. Do either of you want to do a quick description on someone losing comfort and someone else losing pride as the 12th Carcosa shot is completed and set onto a tray? Oh, fuck me. And if somebody wants heartbeat, that's valid too. Oh, God. Somebody else said losing their teeth. That hurts. I almost want to do a cherished childhood memory, but I'm going to let you guys live with pride, comfort, and I'll throw heartbeat in there. Nik, do you want to do a quick description of this loss? Or Tanya, if you're ready, either one. Chat came beneath the belt on both of those.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do comfort.
Okay.
And I think there is some young person somewhere lost in the crowd. They finally like got themselves in. The line is still really long.
Yeah.
This is still just the pre-show. And as they like come through the doors and they pick up like a little raffle and they're just kind of milling around, they actually win something. And you can kind of see that excitement and brightness shining from them as they pick up this, I don't know, this cute little lei, and maybe some beads, a little beaded necklace or bracelet. And as they're kind of like putting them on, it's almost like the items start to make them feel itchy or uncomfortable, like something's going under their skin. It feels wrong to have these things. This beaded bracelet, this lei. There's something off about them. And perhaps nobody's actually paying attention, but they rip them off and throw them onto the ground. And they're just itching themselves.
Nik, you ready to jump in with pride?
Oh, yeah.
Chat did you dirty on that one. I think that was Junie too. Ugh.
Someone is in the bathroom at the bar. This is their first pride since coming out, since finally coming to terms with who they are. And they're finally feeling like they have walked into their own skin to become a person again, to finally be real again. And as they're washing their hands, they look up in the mirror and it's not them anymore. The thing that they had become proud of isn't with them anymore, and it's like they can't recognize their own reflection. It feels like color just drains out of the room.
The woman on the skates does a quick circle around and she goes, actually, I don't know whether I should carry all 12 of those at the same time. Would you mind helping bringing those with me to VIP? Maybe we could do 2 trays. And actually, Joe, VIP's dying to meet you. You could follow me too.
Joe now actually stands up from having been leaned on the bar. He straightens his denim crop top and he nods. He's like, "Oh, people looking for me specifically."
Everyone waits patiently to bow before the king in yellow.
Lots of English majors today. All right.
And she begins sorting some of the glasses.
Mary Beth will take half, put them on a tray so that she can carry them behind her. And she'll just go, yeah, sure, honey. I'm tired being behind here anyway. She's got like a bunch of people who's been trying to get her attention for like 20 minutes. She's
Yeah.
like, I'm not doing anything anyway, so I will come with you.
And she smiles and she reaches for a moment for that rainbow flag that you were fanning yourself with, and she fans herself, only the yellow of the flag has bled and moved and seeped, almost as if that stretch of yellow couldn't be contained in just a single bar and it had to bleed and weep and stretch across the fan. And she begins to fan herself as she bops her fro around and she takes off and begins skating through the crowd. The energy in the room has shifted. It's not, it's difficult to describe what it is. The most that I can say is it's infused with something new. Nik, tell us what it looks like when you arrive to VIP. What does the VIP room look like of Jolene's honky tonk?
Well, he had remembered the VIP room being uh, this pink, very Dolly Parton, barbified type room. But when he walks in there, it looks a lot more orangey yellow than he had remembered it
Mm.
actually looking. And it feels warmer than the temperatures typically set at.
Tanya, as you follow this gorgeous woman with the yellow polka dot dress on her yellow skates into this room, who all is occupying it? How many individuals are in this room and what is their current temperament?
Let's say there are four, and I'll say the general vibe we get is kind of like, oh, we just walk into the back room of like a vampire den.
Mm-hmm.
They're all looking hungry.
The woman smiles and she says, I brought the shots and I brought tonight's king. Joe, may I introduce you to the cultists? No, you didn't hear that correctly. The family? No, there's no way you heard that correctly. The sponsors? That's what you heard. The investors? No, fans, worshippers. It's strange. Junie is adding some descriptive flavor here. The music around you is quietly shifting. It's not really club music right now, but there is that sound of a acoustic guitar. And I'm hearing from Junie, our DJ for tonight, Yellow by Coldplay is what's playing. I hate Junie so bad. Jesus.
I respect the choice. I do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but Joe, having at this point pretty thoroughly written off the verbiage as just English majors.
Yeah.
Even the stuff that really feels like it's going to get under his skin rolls off pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks at the four people. Uh, he looks at the four people he strikes a pose, and he nestles himself in between two of them, sitting on the couch. Couch. I'm assuming there's one back there.
I love it.
Uh,
There is now, yeah.
yeah. One leg crossed over the other, an arm behind each person. Um, so what brings y'all here?
I don't know if either of you are watching chat, but chat is on fire right now with these remixes. Holy hell. I feel like I'm going to just collect the chat and just resend them out as a whole separate entity of just a sonata. Your arms go across one individual, then they seep over the second, And there is a chill beneath both of them. One moment they were wearing standard club clothes, but now they're wearing cloaks or robes. Yellow ones with tall hoods and blacked out faces. But with a blink and a shake of your head, everything just feels, as Heinrich has said, evolved. You, in this moment, feel evolved. They speak to you, but not in words. They speak to you, but not audibly. They speak to you of what is to come. And as you nestle on this couch and you almost feel intoxicated on this infusion of yellow, your eyes roll back in your head and they roll to the ceiling, and the mirrored ceilings above are completely black. There are two suns that are slowly rising and falling over the black void ahead of you. And Tanya, tee this up to me. What has been siphoned from the room? How does that manifest in the darkness above? We have lost a heartbeat. We've lost pride. We've lost comfort. We've lost voice. How does that manifest in this blackness in the ceiling above you?
I think it manifests as dance, like rhythm, like moving with music, the emotions that you feel just by listening to something that resonates with you. But you can see it visually, and I think it's swirls of yellow, like light bending through different types of light prisms, but on top of a black background.
That is stunning. And Joe, as your eyes fade to black and you are captivated, enraptured, seduced, intoxicated, inspired, evolved by this vision happening above you, you realize that you have been blessed with a new song. The songs that you prepared tonight are insufficient. They are unworthy of an individual of your talent. You have something stronger, something more powerful, something that everyone in this room, everyone in this venue will sacrifice and celebrate. And when you blink awake, you know what you have to do. I'm going to turn this back over to Tanya very briefly. What is happening with you in this moment, in this room, as you are distributing your 12 drinks to 4 people?
I mean, Mary Beth, when she walked in, and she was invited to what looks like a backroom party with way too many drinks for just these folks, and she was personally invited to stay. So one of these drinks must be for her. And she understands that they are huge fans of Joe. Love to see it. So as she kind of is distributing the drinks and Joe has gotten himself comfortable, she's gonna grab herself a shot and she's just gonna go to Joe. You're gonna have such a beautiful set tonight, sweetheart. And I love you. And she's gonna down it.
And Joe, you believe Mary Beth?
Joe's going to be taken slightly aback by the fact that she just took a shot that contained Malort like a pro.
Right?
But he does believe her. And he takes one of the shot glasses for himself, and he raises it in toast. It says, "To the best barback in the world." Taps it on the table and takes the shot.
There's a quiet in the rooms beyond. There's no music. There are no voices. There's a silence. Because the performance that you have been empowered to deliver, Joe Lean, can only be performed from a place of beautiful, perfect silence. The doors open for you as the room is bathed in yellow and your stage has been set. And that, friends of the symphony, is where our show ends for tonight. Thank you so much, chat, for completely writing all of that. Thank you so much, Kaz, for absolutely carrying all of that. I am exhausted right now, so it was amazing to sit down and not have to do anything other than ask questions and watch you guys perform. This was absolutely incredible. Well done, well done, well done. That, our friends, is where our show ends for tonight. Thank you so much to everyone who joined in live and wrote this entire story. Or are watching the replay. You guys are indeed the best part of waking up, and we sincerely appreciate you. Again, if you enjoyed this content, please consider backing us on Patreon at patreon.com/Symphony Entertainment. We hope you've enjoyed the symphony. Thank you for our visit to Carcosa, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Have a wonderful night, guys. Bye.